ADI-001 is a allogeneic off-the-shelf gamma delta CAR T-cell product that's targeting CD20 in patients with relapsed and refractory non-Hodgkin lymphoma. Gamma delta T cells have multiple mechanisms of action compared to conventional alpha beta T cells. They mediate innate anti-tumor activity through natural cytotoxicity receptors. They can also mediate anti-tumor activity through the gamma delta 1 T cell receptor. In addition, the CAR can mediate anti-tumor activity. Therefore, through multiple mechanisms of action, they could have potentially decreased immune escape by the tumor. So in this study, in this phase 1 study of ADI-001, which is the first in-human study, we are evaluating 3 dose levels at 30 million, 100 million, and 300 million flat dose levels in a standard 3+3 phase 1 design. Following enrollment, the patient receive either standard or enhanced lymphodepletion, and then after 2 days of rest, get a single infusion of ADI-001, and the first tumor assessment is done at day 30. The primary endpoint is to determine the safety and dose-limiting toxicity and recommended phase 2 dose, and secondary endpoints include overall response rate, PFS, OS, and PK/PD profiles. To be eligible for this study, the patients had to have relapsed refractory aggressive B-cell non-Hodgkin lymphoma, including either large cell lymphoma or mantle cell lymphoma. Importantly, we did not enroll any patients with indolent lymphomas on this study to date. And patients who've had prior CD19 CAR T-cell therapy are allowed to enroll on the trial. So to date, we have treated 8 patients who are efficacy evaluable, 3 of whom received dose level 1, 3 at dose level 2, and 2 at dose level 3. And so far, the therapy appears to be quite well tolerated, with very low incidence of CRS and ICANS. In fact, none of the patients had grade 3 or higher CRS or ICANS. We did not observe any graft versus host disease or dose-limiting toxicity to date. And in terms of the efficacy, we found a best overall response rate and a complete response rate of 75% across all dose levels. And among the 3 patients who received prior CD19 CAR T-cell therapy, we found that all 3 achieved a complete remission for a 100% CR rate. The follow-up is still short, but we have seen at least 2 patients who are still in remission more than 6 months later, and another 2 patients who have ongoing remission at 3 months. All of the complete responses occurred at day 1, at day 28 after ADI-001 infusion, and so far there seems to be a dose-related improvement in durability of responses, as well as dose-related improvement in exposure to ADI-001 levels in the peripheral blood when we analyze by flow cytometry.